My name is Todd DeSando. I'm an instructional technology resource teacher, which is like the longest title that I've come across in ed tech. To dumb it down a little bit, I'm an instructional technology coach / instructional coach with an ed tech twist. It's kind of how we explain it.
Much simpler.
Yeah, I know. But I'm an instructional coach with an ed tech twist.
Cool.
So we provide resources to students. We provide resources and training and modeling and co-teaching to our teachers within the county that I work for, which is Spotsylvania County in Virginia.
Cool.
Awesome.
So my ed tech journey started back when I was probably a first year teacher and I wanted to figure out how to do things simpler.
Okay.
So as every teacher goes through your first year, there is so much going on and so much that you have no idea going into that first year.
Yes.
And you're just trying to, stay afloat and keep your head above water. So I was kind of putting myself in this mindset, how do I simplify what I'm already doing? And through, the years, I taught for 8 years and then moved into an ed tech role. That has brought me to my current passion and my current job.
Cool. Awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So how many students do you serve?
Personally, I serve just under 3,000 students at the high school that I'm at. Collectively, our group of ITRTs service about 23,000 students in our division, as well as about 1,700 faculty between elementary, middle, and high.
Yeah.
So we're a pretty big school division.
That's
awesome.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Is this your first FETC?
This is my first time here. It is overwhelming and great all in the same time. The amount of learning that you can get in 4 days between hands-on workshops and poster projects and presentations. The startup stuff in the expo hall to me was amazing because it's people that are like, as I view it, on the ground level, and they are just starting to get themselves going. So I kind of feel for them.
Yeah. Well, and we talk about them a lot. There's a new key term we like to use too that's out there: edupreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of young teachers,
right,
that are realizing that, hey, I can do things in education and for a broader aspect by becoming an entrepreneur and providing these services. And it's interesting. Back in the day, you were a teacher, and that was all there was. There wasn't an integration specialist.
Nope.
There wasn't a makerspace, a facilitator. It didn't exist, and now we're seeing that. But now we're also seeing these opportunities to create online pieces and stuff like that. So that brings me to, you said earlier when you came in that you said earlier that you like to make stuff simpler and quicker.
Right.
So share with us.
So my big passion project over the last almost 2 years has been flipped and personalized professional development for our teachers.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
It started out of necessity, really. Like I said, we service about 1,700 teachers. We're a big district. We cover rural and suburban and sort of urban areas, and it's very wide stretching. So trying to figure out how to get everybody in a centralized location for a face-to-face professional development on topic A is almost impossible.
Yeah.
The group that I work with, or one of the initiatives that I work with on our team, is our Google team. Uh-huh. So we provide a lot of Google-based trainings. So out of that, we started to realize we're only getting like maybe 4 people a session out of 1,700.
Right. Yeah.
Something is wrong here. So last year we unleashed our 101s, our Google 101s, and there were 4 sessions. And in those 4 sessions, we totaled 16 teachers.
Wow.
16 teachers. So at that point, like I said, we realized something has to change, or the teachers are not going to get the development that they need.
Right.
And a lot of the things that we were hearing from the teachers that we were servicing was, I don't have time. I don't have time. So for the most part, our trainings took place from like 3:30 to 4:30, 4:30 to 5:30. So that way we could get our elementary teachers in, get our secondary teachers in.
Right.
So out of that, we kind of had this idea along with Digital Learning Day that we were going to do live sessions. We were going to use our ITRT core and broadcast these live sessions out to whoever is listening within our county.
Oh, wow.
And that way we have them set up and broken up throughout the entire digital learning day, so that if a teacher wants to watch at 8 a.m. on their prep, they can do that. If they don't have prep until the afternoon, they can do that as well.
Right.
And after the live sessions were over, we also linked them up to YouTube, in-house, of course, so that if you missed it, that's okay. You can still watch it. So we're like, well, the live sessions are obviously going to be the draw. Like, the fact that I can get a PD from somebody, all the way across our county without leaving my school, that's got to be the hook. Wrong. Absolutely, completely wrong.
Wow,
So we
okay.
went back and looked at the numbers, and we had 54 people that were going to be live participants.
Yeah.
So again, 54 out of 1,700.
Right.
But then as the time went on and like days and the weeks went by, we started to notice that the archive views on YouTube were starting to go up. And within a week, we had about 560
Wow.
archive views on our collective amount of videos from Digital Learning Day. And that's when we knew it's not the live synchronous learning, it's the asynchronous learning.
Yeah.
It's the learning on your own time. So our group kind of pushed forward on this, and we decided, okay, this is what we're going to focus on. So the next round of PD, we're going to flip it. So again, we made up our sessions collectively and put it out to the county all at once. So here's the 4 PD trainings. Learn, do whatever you want to do with it. And then here's our live sessions. So we consolidated it and said, okay, you want to learn about this, you get X amount of credit time. You want to come and learn with us after you've already front loaded the information, you get bonus credit time, basically.
Right.
So it's a little bit of a trigger for the teachers to be like, okay, I can do the learning on my own time, and if I have questions, I can actually go and see somebody hands-on, face-to-face. So instead of doing all of the process of it together and only having an hour, now we have an hour where we can actually play and do more.
Right.
So the product coming out at the end was much higher quality. It was
Yeah.
much more connected to their own classrooms or their own environments. And the feedback that we were getting was much more positive, because even if they didn't have time for the hands-on, they still had time for the half an hour to watch the PD or the 20-minute PD
Right.
To get that information. So we started to shift.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see how the teachers took to it. Out of those 4 sessions that we had over 150 teachers come to us, compared to the small amount,
Right,
the
yeah,
16,
the 16.
that were coming to us, for the learning, hands-on,
Yes.
all together
Man.
there. So we learned our lesson that this is how we're going to have to approach PD in our county. It was more along the lines of what our teachers wanted. It was more along the lines of where it fit into their own schedules.
Sure.
So we figured, why go against the current? Go with it. And the turnaround has been a lot more positive than we even thought.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah. So
Okay, so one of the things you mentioned, though, is that it's available inside the district.
right.
So if I'm a teacher and I want to do the PD at home, because
Right.
that's when I actually have the free time, is there a way that I could get that, even though it's in district, or do I have to actually be at the district to do that?
So we are a Google for Education school. So everything gets put through YouTube. So as long as they log in with their county account, they can access any of the stuff from anywhere.
That is- that's
So
awesome.
we actually had, when we had done Digital Learning Day, we don't get a lot of snow in Virginia, but we actually had a 2-hour delay on the day that we were supposed to go live. So we had people, that weren't even at their buildings yet, watching the PDs from their treadmills
Yeah.
or their couches or on their Apple TVs.
Right. That is awesome.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been excellent.
So,
Truly flip.
yeah, we're all. I don't know what happened. Something blew through here and it grabbed a hold of all of us. So, all right. So you've definitely experienced amazing growth. I mean, from 16 people to 100.
Yeah.
But that's still 100 out of 1,700. So taking the feedback that you've received and thinking ahead, moving forward, how do you see reaching, I won't say all of them, because
Right.
frankly, we know how folks are.
Right.
You're not going to get 100% of the folks willing to do this, period. So
Regardless
let's just say,
of what
how do
it
you
is.
get, no matter what the PD is or whatever. But in terms of what you're offering and what they want / need, what are your goals, plans for expanding it to reach as many as will do it?
Excellent. So this year, we decided to start to build a repository. So all of our PDs are now flipped. We haven't done a single hands-on, in-person only all year. So for Digital Learning Day this year, the repository is going to roll out. It's going to have all of our coaches, not just instructional technology, but we've branched out to our ESOL teachers, our English second language, our teaching and learning coaches, our math specialists. So it's really all-encompassing of the entire coaching group this year.
Yeah.
And like I said, it hasn't rolled out yet.
Right.
We're still kind of putting the final touches on it right now. Digital Learning Day is only a month away at this point, so we're getting down to the wire. But it's exciting because it's that furthering of the experiment that we started last year. And hopefully now that we're broadening the spectrum of learning
Sure.
for our entire county, more teachers will be interested in it because it's not just the tech people.
Right.
It's not just hitting that one little niche market.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is so
it's like I said, it's been a passion project of mine and another one of our ITRTs, Erin West. She wishes she could be here.
Yeah.
She's actually, I have a flat version of her that I've been carrying around on my iPad. So
That's awesome.
when we go to different sessions, I usually try to snap a picture with her. And
That's cool.
she wishes that she could be here, but
Yeah.
That's awesome. So then my next follow-up
Sure.
is, you've already seen some moderate success with this. Hopefully now, especially since it's encompassing other content,
Right.
you're going to see even more success. Are your further plans for you personally to possibly come back, say, next year and present?
Oh, I've already
you're
told
doing?
Erin we don't have a choice. Yeah,
Awesome.
we are. That's what our goal is to try to. We actually presented on this at our local, or our regional VISTI conference.
Okay.
And had a lot of positive feedback and a lot of people
Yeah.
wanting to know how to get this
Sure.
set up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a goal for us. We've also started an offshoot of it called GoRogueEd. It's relatively new. We have a blog that we use in-house to try to get our information out to our teachers within the county. And then kind of outside of our responsibilities in the county is GoRogueEdu.
Yeah.
And that came out of, like I said, out of this experiment of trying to figure out ways to do things in unconventional ways within
Sure.
education.
Yeah.
So we are currently working on a podcast
Cool.
to try to either inspire or help others innovate within our county
Yeah.
through GoRogueEdu. We're trying to figure out ways to give our schools access to learning that isn't provided within the county through networking or just linking up with people on Twitter. That ways to make it more equitable for them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And more accessible. We're talking about our passion project. So like you said, personalized PD for me and for Erin especially. It's been what has been driving us all year. It's really what inspired us to get our Google for Education certified trainer.
Yeah.
So that has been, it's been a very long but fun journey for us. And we're hoping that the GoRogueEd vehicle can kind of be our way to really hit more teachers on an outside the county level.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
the first thing we're going to roll out is gifts for kids. So I communicate in gifts pretty much with friends, teachers, coworkers, whatever. You can get so much more emotion out of that than, just typing it. So there was somebody on Twitter that we kind of linked up with about using GIFs to describe vocab, which blew my mind. And I never thought about that before. But in talking to her, the problem that we found was there aren't a lot of kid-friendly GIF repositories out there.
Right.
And a lot of things that are on them that are not really school appropriate and would probably be blocked by our filter anyway. So we have started to build our own repository of GIFs for kids.
Cool.
So that's currently rolled out on our blog as well. That actually just rolled out today. We just put the final touches on it, and it went uploaded today. So yeah, it's the first of many passion projects that we're hoping to roll out within the next year.
Yeah.
Hopefully 2007 will be a big one, or 17 will be a big one. Woo! 2007 was a big one.
We're also going to do some time travel.
Yes.
It's going to be a little.
Your enthusiasm is very infectious.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And
That's
I
awesome.
can your educational entities is lucky to have you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And this sounds great. And isn't it fun when it's you love what you're doing and
Absolutely.
passionate about it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And as educators, we get to see it every day, and now you get to see it in your teachers, and that's one of our hardest things, in what we do, is making sure our teachers are getting everything. Because yes, it's all about the students, but if the teachers don't have it, the kids aren't going to get it.
Absolutely.
And then they turn around and they take what you're doing and they build off of it and share it with the kids.
Right. I mean, there's no greater joy in my position than introducing a small topic to a teacher or a small piece of technology and having them grow with it themselves.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So
Man, that's
we play this little game here. We like to do this. It's a 45-second elevator pitch.
Okay.
So that's it. You hop on the elevator. It's your hero, and this is your opportunity to take your ideas to the next level. You got 45 seconds. We're riding from the first to the fourth floor. Boom.
Okay.
wow.
GoRogueEd. I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's a collaboration between another instructional coach and myself. We're looking to try to get as much information out there compiled as possible of things that we're doing and things that other people are doing, and just kind of centralizing it so the ease of access for teachers is there. We both bring different lenses. I'm more the secondary. Aaron is more elementary. So, we kind of have the broad spectrum of K through 12 teachers in mind while we're putting all of this together. So hopefully you guys can help me out a little bit.
We can.
Well, how do people find it?
So you can either follow myself at Mr. DeSando, DESANDO, on Twitter. We're linked on there, or at Aaron West _ITRT. We also can link to it from our blog, which is spotsytechtips.blogspot.com. And that's SPOTSY techtips.blogspot.com.